What's the etiquette for tagging versus inviting collaborators on Instagram? Welcome to You Asked, our short form podcast where we take a question that you have submitted and just spend 5 or 7 minutes or so and just answer it. Before we get into the topic today, I want to let you know that over on the How to Film Weddings podcast, we are currently doing a series called Instagram is the Best. And right now, if you head over to howtofilmweddings.com/Instagram, you can download our free PDF, 10 prompts or hooks to help grow your Instagram account. Over the next couple of weeks, we are going to be focusing in on Instagram, and we thought that this topic for today's You Asked really fit in well with that. So again, if you'd like that free download, head over to howtofilmweddings.com/Instagram. Today's question by Brian Johnson: what's the etiquette for tagging versus inviting collaborators on Instagram? This is something that I would caution you to do as you are moving forward with this, okay? There are really 3 things that you can do in a post, right? Whenever it comes to having other people be a part of it. 1, you can tag them in the comments, and whenever you tag them in the comments, they are going to get notified, but it is not going to show up on their Instagram account at all. Okay. If you tag them within the post, meaning you go into the post and you hit the tag button, that is going to then show up on their tagged feed if they allow that. This is something that can be turned off within Instagram, and there are people that might want to do that. So they can get tagged in the post itself, and then whenever anyone comments or anything like that, they will get notified because they were tagged in the post. And then there is the invite collaborator, which that is going to be more selective, and that actually shows up in their main feed. Now, as you are moving through this and as you are thinking about this, these are all things that you should really consider whenever you run your business. How do you want to present yourself? How do you want to see yourself as, being desperate and constantly tagging people? I challenge you whenever you are doing this not to be spammy with it. Me personally, on my Wild Oak Films account, I get tagged and put within posts that are people that I have absolutely zero connection to, and they are just trying to get my attention. So how are you using that tagging feature? I would only do it whenever it is weddings that you have worked with, that you are proud of, that they might be proud of, okay? And then tag them within the post, but only if you are connected to them and that they were a part of that wedding. If you are going in and trying to spam accounts, like there's this planner that you want to work with, or photographer, or other businesses or something, and you are just spamming them with tagging them in posts that have absolutely nothing to do with what they do with, I would be very, very cautious about that. Now, whenever it comes to inviting collaborators, I think that you should be mindful of who you are asking to collaborate on the post. Now, they can always turn it down and not accept it. I actually had a couple of weddings last year that I was pretty proud of, that the planners did not accept the collaboration posts whenever I shared them. I don't fault them. I don't blame them. There's nothing wrong with that. They are, their social media is for their marketing. Okay. And maybe the stuff that I put together, which works for my business and my brand, is not how they want to present themselves, or maybe the cover photo didn't work, or whatever. So whenever it comes to collaborators, know that the person that you are collabing with is the one that has the power. And so don't get disgruntled, don't get upset if you tag them in a post or add them as a collaborator and they do not accept it. A practice that I have come up with recently, specifically with planners, is to ask them at the wedding day, 1, how do you feel about collab posts? Is that something that you want to do? Are you interested in that? Is that okay? And then see what they say. If they say yes, absolutely, or maybe they'll say, yes, we are, but can we see it first? Can you show me what the cover photo is? Because you want the imagery to match both what you do and is a good representation of your brand, but also what the planner wants for their brand. Before I continue on, I want to take a moment and mention our friends MediaZilla, and you can find out more information about them at howtofilmweddings.com/delivery. They are our one-stop shop when it comes to delivering our films to our clients to really wow them. So if you would like to up that experience, head over to howtofilmweddings.com/delivery. So back to collaborating versus tagging and what's the etiquette and all of that. One thing to note is whenever you post your film, your reel, whatever it is for the very first time, that is the only time that you can add the collaboration to the post. You cannot get a lot of feedback and lots of views and stuff and then add someone to that later on. You have to do it immediately when you post. Also, whenever you invite them as collaborating, you are tagging them within the post, not in the comments, and that can show up in their tagged post feed. You know, if you go to their home screen and you scroll to the right a couple, that can't, but it will only show up in their tag post feed if they accept the collaboration post. So you cannot tag and add as a collaborator. It's one or the other. So you either tag them or you add them as a collaborator, but whenever they are added as a collaborator, it shows up in their feed and it also shows up in their tagged feed. I hope that makes sense. So back to the question of what is the etiquette on this. There isn't a quote unquote set etiquette on inviting collaborators, tagging in posts, or tagging within the feed. There isn't anything that you should or shouldn't do, but I would recommend this. Number one, always give credit to people that worked at the wedding. I know there have been several times whenever weddings have been posted that I've been a part of that I worked hard on as well, and I did not get any credit for being a part of that wedding. So one, always give credit to people that are there and tag them at least within the text below the reel or within the reel. Next, don't be spammy. Don't just tag people or invite collaborators on people that you have no business tagging or inviting collaborators on. I don't think that that is going to get you anywhere, and I think most people are going to see that as annoying and spammy, and that is not the direction that you want to go for your brand, most likely. So I would be cautious in how I tag them or how I invite people as collaborators. When it comes to people that I really, really want to work with and I really want to build that relationship with, I would communicate with them about the collaboration posts and talking to them, reaching out to them saying, I would love to invite you as a collaborator on this. One, is that something you are interested in? And two, what can I do to make that happen? Do you need to see the video beforehand? Do you need to look at the cover photo? Do you need feedback? You want to give me feedback? Any of that kind of stuff, I would talk to specifically the planner or the venue or maybe a florist or something like that that you really want to work with. I would communicate with them. And the more communication that you do, the more likely that it is that they will accept that post whenever you post it. At the end of the day, you're going to have to do what you feel is best for your business and the best thing that you can do to grow your social following so that people can become aware of the brand that you have built. Collaborating, tagging other Instagram accounts, that can be a great way to grow your brand and can be a great way to grow your business. But again, just be cautious in doing it and make sure that you are not being spammy. Make sure that you are not annoying people by the things that you are doing, and just really try to be a good person when it comes to that. Again, more communication, don't be spammy, and always give credit to people when it is due. That is going to go a long way in this. Remember to check out our friends at MediaZilla over at howtofilmweddings.com/delivery. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, we will see ya.